Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Jonny Mozza's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk a little bit about getting out of your comfort zone and how it can be beneficial to not only your personal life but your professional life as well. So a few weeks ago I put out a little post on the internet basically saying I want to do some kind of a fan meetup, right? Because I realised I've got like some level of following for some reason, right? And people watch these videos, they engage with them, and I thought it'd be fun to try and meet people in real life and see what people are like. And I put the post out, and then on the days leading up to it, I was a little bit freaked out. A little bit like the anxiety was kind of happening, right? Where I was like, oh God, what's it going to be like? Because it's the uncertainty. And this is Ethan.
Hiya.
He's come down to meet us today. And I imagine it was sort of probably a similar thing to you, because you like the same way that I made the post, you responded to the post.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable because I think it makes it more comfortable for me because you don't know what I look like, but I know what you look like. And then that should be more uncomfortable for you, but it's a weird sensation to meet someone you've watched for hours and hours. And I personally share a lot of the values that you share in your videos. A lot of things you talk about I agree with. But you never know you're going to get on with the person until you meet them in real life.
No, exactly.
You've got it.
What is that? It's sort of like, I went on Tinder for a little bit when I was single, right? And you're swiping, right? I've forgotten what it was. I was trying to do OkCupid, but you're swiping, right? And you're scrolling through the profiles, and you're like, oh, that person actually seems quite nice. And you start messaging each other, and you seem like they're going to get on.
Yeah.
And then you meet them, and there's just no chemistry. And it's like, why is there no chemistry? It seemed like everything was going to align in that sort of way, right? So the anxiety is in your head when you're going towards the situation that you've kind of set out for yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. There's that little anxiety. There's almost like your brain telling you you're doing the right thing here a little bit. It was what you were saying.
Yeah.
You said it a lot more elegantly than that.
Can I tell you about something I follow?
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of something called the self-concept?
The self-concept?
Yeah.
No.
It's pretty much, or you can call it self-story. It's the idea that your beliefs about yourself need to correlate to the actions that you actually take.
Yeah.
So if I didn't come to you today, and because I was nervous, I'd go away, and if I got in the same situation again, I'd be less likely to go, yeah, but last time you didn't do it, so why are you going to do it this time?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if I've done it today with you, the next time it happens, maybe I meet someone else, meet you again, I'll be like, I've done this before.
Yeah.
This is fine. I know I can do it.
Because in this situation, there's either two outcomes. Either it goes well or it goes bad, right? And if it goes bad, then your brain doesn't need to do it again. If it's good, then your brain should do it again. But if you don't do it at all, then you don't know.
Exactly.
And so you're going to end up having to make the same choice down the line anyway.
Exactly. That's it. That's pretty much the principle of it.
So, even if it did go badly, it's only today, it's only a little thing where time passes on, life goes on, and, we all have a long itinerary of fucking
100%.
cringy experiences from our past.
Oh, God, yes. You need to have them as well. Like, if it went bad, I think you need to look at it and go, yeah, but it's not a bad thing that it went bad.
Well, imagine you're writing your memoirs, right, and everything in your life just went perfectly, right? How would you write that in an interesting way? I was born, I went to school, got a job, retired, life was good, the end. And no one would want to read that for like 100,000 words or whatever.
Yeah.
You need those little bits of struggle. You need like hard times, and you need, because it's the hard times that make the good times sort of seem good. And it's putting yourself out into weird situations that then rewards your brain with dopamine when it goes well.
Exactly.
Because you don't get dopamine from doing the same thing again and again.
No, you don't. You need to keep pushing yourself.
All right.
And that's the beauty of it. But I understand why it's a difficult thing. But I think everyone has their own way of dealing with it as well. Like, if I were to ask you if you get into a situation you don't want or don't want to do, what do you tell yourself, if you don't mind me asking?
I sort of go, a situation I don't want to be in.
Yeah, like I don't want to do this. I'm nervous. This is making me anxious. I really don't want to do this, but you've got to. Is there anything you like? I don't want to say mantra, but let's say mantra.
Well, what tends to happen, right, is I'll look at little bad things leading up to it, and it will kind of compound in my brain. Like today, for instance, I was a little bit nervous about this because I didn't know how it was going to go, because it's the first time I've ever done something like this. I was on the way here, and I was on the train, and the train came to a complete stop, and it was stopped for like 5 minutes. and the announcer goes, "I'm really sorry for the delay. There's been an emergency incident on the line." I was like, this is a sign that this is all going to go bad. If things are already going bad, then that's a sign that things are going to get worse to come, right? So I don't have a mantra. If anything, I have the opposite, where my brain punishes myself in the going there. The train journey there, or the bus journey, or whatever, is terrifying. Yeah, of course you can go past.
No worries.
The train or the bus journey, or whatever it is, going there terrifies me, right? So I usually block it out with music or whatever. Just listen to like something comforting, so I can try and turn my brain off as much as I can.
Yeah.
Or just like scroll through some bollocks on the internet, just so that my brain isn't thinking about the thing. Because if it thinks about the thing and it starts to think too much, because I mean, if you've seen any of these videos, you know that overthinking is basically what I do, right? So I don't want to do that, because if I do that, then I'm going to start catastrophizing. I'm going to start sort of thinking like, what if, I'm bringing this equipment, what if my equipment gets mugged? What if it turns out that no one shows up? What if it turns out that like 100 people show up? How am I going to handle that? There's a little meeting at a pub. How am I going to handle that?
Yeah.
What's going to go on there? What if it turns out all my fans are knobheads? I don't know. I had no idea, and so I'm nervous. But the second it starts, you feel so much relief. The second it starts, and it's not something that's conscious in the brain. It's all completely unconscious, I think. And it's a case of, like, most of what these videos are is trying to turn the subconscious into conscious, because you've got your conscious mind, which does, I am Josh, I am going to the shop to purchase bread, eggs and milk, right?
Yeah.
And the subconscious mind is the one that's making your legs move. Your subconscious mind is the one that makes you avoid that person was like about to barge past you, that gets you through a busy street. Your subconscious mind is the one that tells you that you need to stop at the road before you cross and look both ways.
Yeah.
Things that you know, but you don't need to process. It's just there.
Yeah.
It's almost like instinct.
It is. And you're right, the second you get and you do the thing, as soon as I sat down, or as soon as I said hello, it's gone, isn't it? It's gone. Because you're too busy either trying to make yourself not look like a knob and saying hello and moving on, or it's instantly, I think, I get this issue. You go into something and think, this is going to be so bad, this is going to happen, this scenario's going to happen, this scenario, like you said. And you get it, and I went, all right, and you went, all right, and I thought, yeah, that's about it, isn't it? That's all that's going to happen.
Because it's scary, the unknown. And I mean, all throughout like history, people have achieved great things by doing something. Like, we always remember the first time someone did something. The first man on the moon, right? Or the first guy to fly, or the first guy to do this, the first guy to cross the Atlantic, We remember the firsts because they did something like this, what we're doing, but on a much larger scale. It doesn't necessarily need to be on a larger scale, but that's why they're remembered throughout history. The fact that they're doing something unknown causes so much anxiety. But I bet once he got on the moon, he was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Once he crossed the Atlantic, he was like, okay, now I know I can do it. That's the key. Once you know you can do something, then you can, like you were saying, like once you know you can do it, you can do it again.
Yeah, 100%.
And it makes it so much more relaxing.
And I think you've got to do it whilst you're young. If you get older and you don't do the things, it's just going to compound, isn't it? It's going to compound.
Yeah.
If you're young and you can do it and you can get out, it doesn't matter how young you are, just get out and do it. That's all it's about.
A lot of people that I know that are in like their 50s, 60s, 70s, right? Yeah. There's two groups. There's the ones that stayed very like isolated and sheltered throughout their lives, and they always seem to be real miserable bastards. And then there's the people that they have loads of mad stories. Like, you'll talk to them, and then they'll just be like, oh yeah, I remember the time when I met Slash in San Francisco, and we did like a load of cocaine or something like that, or whatever. You see, they have all of those stories, right? When he went to go meet Slash, at one point he would have been on the train there, right?
That's so true.
Or like, he would have been asleep, going to bed the night before, going, oh God, I don't know if I can be arsed doing this tomorrow.
How much should I drink before I see it? I don't want to get too drunk. I want to be the right level.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be a little bit tipsy so I seem like hip and cool, but I don't want to be smashed in front of Slash.
That's so true. It's true.
And I guess the message to take away from this story, right, from what we've both done here, we've basically had the same little bit of anxiety towards the same event, but in slightly different ways. But the effect on the brain is the same. Bad at first, right? But it's the same way. If you put your hand in a hot stove, right, on top of a hot stove, it hurts, right? Why does it hurt? It's your brain teaching you a lesson, not to do it again, right? But say you put your hand on a hot stove and it gave you superpowers, right? You put your hand on more hot stoves, even though it hurt, right? But if you never put your hand on a hot stove, you wouldn't know if it gave you superpowers or not.
I like that way of describing it. That's good.
I hope there's no like 4-year-olds watching this because they're going to go put their hand on hot stoves. Age restricted.
That's a good way of describing it though.
But the idea is basically just, you know, this whole past year since starting this channel, I've realised we've done so much stuff. I mean, Benja's over there, like, getting all sorts of pictures. He originally reached out to me. Yeah, come in the video. Benja here, he originally... Sorry, mate. I'm sitting on the phone. He originally came up and emailed me, basically saying, I want to do a documentary about you. When you did that, right, you were probably a little bit nervous about it. You were thinking maybe like, he might not respond, he might think I'm a knob, he might just say like, oh, fuck off, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe we end up meeting, right? And it turns out I'm a knob and there's nothing to get out of this. There's so many little anxieties that come from the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. So how did it feel? Like, because I think it's a risk versus reward thing, right? You took the risk and now we're pretty good friends, right? So that's the reward of taking a risk. So how did you feel when you were sending the original email, like typing it out and stuff?
So basically, I've been wanting to make documentaries and do stuff like this.
So I think you might need to slip in a bit.
That's it. So yeah, I've been toying with the idea of doing documentaries. Saw Josh's channel and just on a complete whim sent a message. I think I found your Instagram, saw your email, and thought he's probably not going to respond, but what the heck, might as well give it a go. And then you literally responded that evening, and then I was like, oh crap, now I've got to actually do this. But it's good, and it's worked out, and it's almost a year later, and we're doing all sorts of content, and it's good. So reach out, and if you get rejected, you know, it's okay as well. You know, it's not always going to work out positively, but if you don't try it, you never know where you're going to end up.
If it doesn't work out positively, as Ethan was saying, you just don't have to do the thing again. Right? And if it does work out positively, then you can do the thing again.
I'm going to take some pictures.
Do it a different way, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just could have done if I guess for you, if this sort of thing didn't work today, then you could have tried, yeah, okay, maybe I'll try it this way and try it this way. Maybe we'll do a, I don't know, Twitch thing, I don't know, anything. It could be anything, and that could work that way.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Exactly. You try different things. Same way you put out a job application, right? You don't know what the person on the other end is going to look like, what their candidate's going to be, and you get into the interview and you're maybe on the bus there, you're kind of freaking yourself out a little bit, like, oh, this is going to be a bit tense, you know, you're preparing yourself for the interview again and again and again, you're researching the company, it's like, you know, but then you sit down, right, and it either goes well, right, in which case, you know, you and the person get on really well. I found the best interviews that I've done for jobs are the ones where we don't even really talk about the job. We have a little bit about the job at first, but then me and the manager just start talking about whatever, right? And if that happens, that's a good sign. But it doesn't necessarily go that way. Sometimes you do a job interview and it goes like terribly, right? We've all been through that, right? But the solution to that isn't to put out no job applications. Just don't apply for any jobs because it might make you feel bad, right? You need to apply for jobs because you need a job. So you need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to get yourself into a comfortable position.
That's it. And then I think it's resilience, isn't it? If you're going to put a word to it, resilience. You'll become resilient because of it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
Hell yeah. I'd say resilience is the key word.
We'll take that as the key word.
Hell yeah. So, do you have any closing notes or any closing words? Do you want to promote anything?
I don't want to promote anything. I just want to say, I should say thanks to your girlfriend who was the one who decided to do it. Yeah. Because I thought we had pretty similar viewings. I've obviously watched your videos. But on meeting you, both of you, the last hour, it's been great. And I appreciate you and Benja for coming out and doing it.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming out as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Lydia, for suggesting that we do this. Thank you, Benja, for taking a load of pictures. Thank you, Ethan, for being here.
Thank you, Ethan. We should thank you. Thank you for being you.
Yeah. and all that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below about this sort of topic of getting yourself in uncomfortable situations to be comfortable. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. See how it goes. So take care, everybody, and bye-bye.
You've left me in the dust there. you've left, right, well, I've got to do the same thing now, I feel, inclined. Why does this feel very surreal and weird? This feels really weird, in a good way. I've just watched it so many times in the background.
This is what it looks like. This is pretty much the exact process.
But I know what you're going to say. I know the first thing you're going to say.
What do you say?
No.
Yeah, you say it.
No. You go for it, man, you go for it.
Hey up, everybody. I'm going to not try and smile while I'm doing it. Hey up, everybody. My name's Joshua Morrison, director of Jonny Mozza's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk a little bit about getting out of your comfort zone. That helicopter's kind of irritating me. I know it's gonna be fine, but when it's the very start of the video,
Perfect timing, yeah.
like if they happen midway through the video, I don't care.
You blast through it at that point, but right at the beginning?
But right at the beginning, it throws me.
Yeah.
So once that's gone, we'll do
He's
it.
circling back round, mate. He's coming back.
Oh, when I was on the way here, there was apparently an emergency incident on the line.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going to sort that out. Helicopter on the way. Happened to my cousin. He got hit by a gate, and so a helicopter came and took him away, took him to hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they do that in London? They can't land. They don't land, obviously.
I think he landed in the garden. He had a big garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've got to save someone here, you're just. I mean,
Yeah.
here's fine, but if you're in the streets.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like down the road. But basically, it was like if they didn't helicopter him out of there, he was gonna like die or something like that. Yeah.
Just before you start,
Yeah.
I saw something really crazy. Like where I live, there's like a tiny small field for like I live in like these flats, and similar thing. Helicopter came down, and a bunch of teenagers got out of the helicopter. And I'm like, were they flying that? It was weird. Anyway.
That's nuts.
Yeah. It
Oh, what,
sounds like
just
I'm making it up.
left
like-
it there?
Yeah.
Just left the
I
helicopter.
actually filmed it like it's straight. Like, I was like, what the hell? Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
Do you live in GTA? So this video is going to be about getting out of your comfort zone, talking to other people, and how it's generally good for as one, your self-esteem, and two, your career, and two, if you go for it, then you get somewhere. You know, if you take risks,
Yeah,
then you
100%.
actually make it. So the way I sort of do it is I think of a little anecdote to start off with. So in this one, it's going to be, I guess, doing this. It's going to be putting out the little thing saying we're going to do a little meet-up, which, you know, after I sent it, and I was, you know, in the days leading up to it, I was a little bit freaked out. I was like, I can't believe this is actually going to happen.
Yeah.
But then when something actually starts, it's fine. It's that little anxiety beforehand.
It is a good thing, though.
Yeah.
You need to have that.
Alright.
I can't remember what I was listening to or watching. It was that feeling you get before you do something, that anxious feeling, butterflies and tummy, is indication that you're doing the right thing. So do it.
Let's
Even though it is horrible.
let's do it.